Members of the public, members of Ponyville, members of Equestria, I have some sad news to share today. So, first of all, I'd like to thank our special guests, Rainbow Dash cosplaying Fluttershy. This guy's new. I don't really know who he is. Thank you for coming. And, of course, Princess Cadence in a bar of soap, and Terezi Pyrope. And also Lyra Heartstring. She's new here, new to my public proceedings here. So today I would like to inform all of you of the recent situations that have happened. You've all been updated on my YouTube channel. It's time that I draw the curtains to a close. My name is Sam, and this is my final chapter on my work crush Tavish. Yay! Okay. Now you all have been waiting very patiently for me to give you more updates on what's been happening. So, I would like to tell you that about 2 nights ago now, I had a bit of a bad day at work. I had been progressively getting more and more depressed. I don't really know why. I think it was a mixture of him, and also I've been PMSing for about 3 weeks straight. I don't know if any of you know what that is, but it has been causing me, it was really distressing, honestly. It was really distressing, because I just couldn't, I felt like it was getting worse, and I couldn't figure out what was happening. So I knew, I even told him, like, a couple of times. I was like, I'm just letting you know I've been having a really bad couple of days, you know, so if I'm, like, a little bit, you know, sad, or, like, I ask you a lot of questions, like, just know that it's because I'm just feeling super depressed lately. I don't know why. So, that particular night, I was really hungry. My mom came to work and brought me lasagna, and she asked me before I left, she said, do you want 2 pieces of lasagna, one for Tavish, one for you? And I said, of course. You know, I texted him, but he was at work, he didn't answer me if he wanted any. But I was like, of course he's gonna want it, and if he says yes, then that means he loves me, because if you say no to my mom's lasagna, then you don't love me. Like, that's the only way to go. Am I right, guys? Am I right? Any other lasagna lovers? Yeah, I'm sure. So, I get it. My mom and my brother go up front, they're paying for stuff, they happen to see Tavish, they tell him, come down and see Sam, you know, she's gonna have lasagna for you. And my mom tells me he's coming down, they leave, he comes up, and he's like, hey, your mom just told me you have lasagna, of course I would want some. So I'm like, oh, perfect. Eventually things happen in the middle of the night, you know, we plan on meeting on our breaks. I was so excited. It was extra cleaning night though, so I was a little bit nervous. And it just happened to, it was like around 8:30 at this point. We leave at 9, and I was checking my phone, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, it's been so long. He texts me and he says, hey, I'm not getting a break today. I am the only other service clerk up here, except for Dan, and I have to do carts. I know, I was upset too, okay? I think I got a little bit too upset, because I held it in. I saw him at the end of the night, and I was like, you know, hey, do you still want this? And I gave him 2 pieces of garlic bread. He said, of course. He said, thank you, and we left. We went our separate ways. I went in the car, I just started crying. Like, I didn't know what it was, I just felt like it wasn't meant to be. I just felt like, you know, I knew I was in a bad mood. I was like, this isn't... But I decided, I was thinking, you know, I'm in the car, I'm already crying, I might as well just tell him now that I have a crush on him. I have a huge crush on him. But I was like, no, that's a bad idea. So I go home, I text my other friend, Evan. I'm like, hey, I think I'm going to tell him tonight. I'm just so upset. I think I should just rip off the band and get it over with. He said, you shouldn't, because you're really upset and you need to chill out first. So I'm like, yeah. I'm relaxing. I'm still really sad. I'm just really depressed. I was so depressed that I couldn't even eat. Like, I knew that he wasn't going to eat the lasagna at work. I couldn't even eat at work. I couldn't even look at it. I was so upset. I came home. It was like maybe an hour later. I finally had lasagna because I was so fucking hungry. Excuse my language. Excuse my foul language. Just get a little heated. A couple hours go by. It's probably 11:30 at night. I know he's going to be up. I decide, you know what? I know I shouldn't do it right now, but I feel like I just got to do it. I just got to tell him. So I told him. I said, hey, I have an important question to ask you. Are you in line? He said yes. So I said, hey, I'm sure you know what I'm about to say, but I have a huge crush on you, and I need to let you know because I don't remember exactly what I said. I probably said, I just wanted to I wanted to get this off my chest. So I wanted to let you know because I'm kind of confused. He said, oh, I appreciate you keeping it platonic right now. I'm a little bit emotionally unavailable. I'm romantically broken, he said. I know, listen, I know. He's still getting over his ex-girlfriend. And I said, I know. I knew you were going to say that. I looked back at my tarot cards and I was like, these all told me that I was going to date him, right? Let's go back. The first card said, happy life, celebration. Why? I said, am I going to date Tavish? Happy life, celebration. 10 of Cups. Okay, I'm going to put that off because honestly I'm going to have a happy life either way. Second card I drew, 2 of Wands, I believe it was. My book, it said, I asked, is he going to get over his ex soon? Is he going to get over his ex soon? And my book said, he is not quite ready for this rite of passage. So I said, okay, yeah, I could have guessed. Card number 3 I drew a couple days ago. It was, what was it? It was 7 of something. 7 of Wands? A lot of Wands. 7 of Wands, I think. And I don't remember, I don't actually remember exactly what it was, but the statement was, you have to fight for what you want. So if you want this person romantically, you're going to have to fight, and you're going to have to prove your feelings. If you want this, you have to fight for it. And in my book it said, either whatever end result, there will be joy taken in the fight. And I agreed. 3 cards. I look back at them now and I see they were very ambiguous. Tarot cards kind of are like that. I took them as all very positive, but I see now that they were very, in reality, hit me with the cold water, but I wasn't ready. I didn't really see it. I said, I know. I would still love to be friends with you. I was just afraid it would be awkward and stuff like that, but I wanted to tell you. He said, you're still a really cool person. Like, I'd love to hang out with you more. I said, you know what? That's great. Now that there's no pressure, I'm going to tell you, I think we should go out and eat sometime. Because we always try and spend our breaks together, and we never get to it because of work gets in the way, or he's always doing other stuff. He waits so long to take his break. So he said, yeah, we should do that. He checked his schedule. I said, no, don't even, because I don't know when it'll be. I have plans with my friend today. And he said, I have plans with my friend today as well. So, as of right now, that is my final update. The chapter is currently closed on a romantic relationship. Feelings, thoughts, feelings. I know. You're speechless. I understand that no one saw this coming. Okay? You look at all the signs He's doing nice things for me. He's talking to me all the time. Like, he's gotta like me. But that night, my coworker Grayson, he told me, he said, this is really bad advice, but, you know, if you're confused, it might mean that he doesn't actually like you. And I thought, you know, you're right. I thought, you know, you're right. It makes sense. You know, it's been like, what, 3 weeks now? If he liked me, he should say it already. I was hoping that feelings would develop. Unfortunately, it didn't seem to happen that way. But there's a good part to this. For some reason, after I did that, I was upset, but I didn't cry. I actually, by the time I put the phone down, I felt better. I felt this weight lifted off of my shoulders, like all of this worry and anxiety and this heartache came from me instead of the actual heartbreak that was going to be caused by him rejecting me. I was causing more of that pain in myself by worrying about it happening instead of accepting it as it would come, not worrying about what would happen, even though I didn't want to worry about it. It's just that for some reason I would just have ups and downs. Hi, Bunny. Special guest Mimil. I would have ups and downs. I wouldn't want it. It just happened. And I really wonder what happens to me. Because I just lose control of my emotions. Like, I get so worried. I get so paranoid. I freak out. I can't figure out what's real. Like, it's really concerning, honestly, and I don't know what happens. I remember seeing a video about something, I don't remember, and the guy mentioned that it's really bad for your organs, for your physical body to feel unrequited love, you know, unreciprocated love. And I agree. And I started to wonder, how much damage is this doing to me? And I realized that ultimately, playing along and feeling the love and pretending that we're dating, being like, oh, we're totally dating right now, like this is totally gonna end up being something, versus, oh my god, I just can't figure out if he likes me, like it hurts so bad to hear that he's not over his ex, it hurts so bad to hear these stories. Is it worth it? I wouldn't want to go back and do it again. However, I'm glad to have this experience of knowing. But ultimately, I would not want to do that again. I feel like it's just, it really, because the result right now is like really manageable. Like it was really weird because the weight lifted off my shoulders was like, it lifted some of the depression. Which is so weird because I wasn't feeling depression just when I was thinking about bad things. It was like every day. I got sucked into watching the TV. I couldn't get out of bed. I didn't want to do anything. I hadn't brushed my hair on my own for like 7 days since I came back from Maryland. My friend combed out my hair for me in Maryland. I combed my hair like once. And then ever since then I was just brushing the top of my hair. There was like a huge knot underneath my hair and I didn't get it. Because it was just I just didn't have the energy. I was so depressed. I couldn't draw. I didn't feel like doing anything. The only time I ever felt motivated to do anything was like 5 minutes after I got off my bike in the morning. I would be like, oh, I have energy to do something. But it would only last for like 5 or 10 minutes and it would go away. Pretty much immediately when I sat down on my bed and I turned my computer on, it would just go away. And I was like, what is happening to me? I assumed that it was maybe some kind of PMS because I've been PMSing so fucking bad. And it's possible that maybe it just happened to go away the exact time, that exact day. But chances are pretty slim. I was having a really hard time in that car. But my boobs don't hurt as bad. And my ovaries still hurt really bad actually. But yeah. Water break, everyone. So, update today. the next day, so this happened on Sunday night. Monday night came. I watched Weird, the Al Yankovic story with my family. I ate a bunch of ice cream. Like, I felt okay. Like, that night I cried a little bit because I was just thinking about, like, how long is it going to take me to find love? Like, it's been 2.5 years, you know? Like, I'm just, like, kind of, like, it's so cruel because I really thought that we were going to date. I was like, there's no way the universe would throw this guy at me and keep him away from me in such a cruel and unusual way, because he's not healed from his ex-girlfriend and they broke up 9 months ago from a 4-month-long relationship. That is so bonkers to me, but people work in different ways. I was never gonna be like about it, you know? It wouldn't happen to me, okay? Just saying that. The only time that something similar happened when I broke up with my best friend, who was a woman. But, yeah, that shit's not happening to me. But, it doesn't even matter what it is, because I have to respect his decision. I have to respect his wishes. And that's all there is. So today, actually no, even last night, I felt so great. I don't know what happened. I combed my hair. As you can see, when I went to bed last night, I braided it and then I put mousse in my hair so it would stick. I cleaned my room. You can't really see it. However, there is an area over here that is just completely clean. It looks great. I wasn't really eating healthily, but, you know, that's a whole nother issue. I just felt really good. I felt like my mind was cleared. I felt like it was, like everything was fine. There's still an ache in my heart from feeling like, you know, once I see this guy, you know, who knows what I'm going to feel. I was just really afraid it would be awkward, but something I think about all the time is a situation is only awkward if you make it awkward. I have that in my head all the time. I'm always thinking about that, because if I can be not awkward, the situation will most likely not be awkward. So I think about that a lot. So, today, I woke up, I was feeling great. I had Mr. Blue Sky in my head when I woke up. Sun is shining in the sky, there ain't a cloud in sight. Where did that fucking come from? But yeah, I woke up with that. I had a big smile on my face. I was like, today is the day. I had plans to go out with Evan today and get froyo, but my mom invited me to go to a restaurant in the morning with her biker crew, but I had to drive. And I was like, I texted Evan that night. I was like, hey, you gonna come with me? But just letting you know, you have to be ready at like 9 a.m. And he was like, sure. So we actually went. It was a great time. I didn't have to worry about it, because a lot of times my friends are socially awkward, and sometimes they can be a little bit crazy, and I have to worry about how they're going to act in front of my family or in public. He was great. He did really good. He didn't embarrass me at all. And it was just fun. And then we went to TM Shenanigans. I took a couple more ponies home. He got a little doll for his sister. Then we went to Froyo. It was great. I just came home like an hour ago. I'm still feeling good. It's really strange that it happened this way. And I really wonder, would I still be depressed if I never told him? Really weird how that turns out, you know? So, I wanted to put a closer on this chapter, because as of right now, you know, he probably will fall in love with me again in the future, but as of right now, he's not ready. I'll give you an update later, though. So, final thoughts, questions? No, we are just accepting things as they are. It is what it is, not what it should be, everyone. Alright. Thank you guys for listening. I will see you later. Bye, Ponyville!